In that video, you are going to discover how activities work on Android. You are going to learn the activity lifecycle. First, some theory. Look at the following diagram. First, the onCreate method is called anytime there is a new instance of the activity created. So for other subsequent starts of the activity, the onCreate method is not called. Second, the onStart method is called when any instance of the activity starts. When the activity starts for the first time, but also when there are any subsequent reloads. Basically, anytime an activity shows up to the foreground. The onResume method is called when the activity becomes ready to respond to the user. After that, the activity is running. If the activity is partially visible but not in focus, the activity is paused, so the onPause method is called. The onStop method is always called when the activity is in the background. So how to differentiate the onPause and the onStop state? The onPause state is the equivalent of the car stopped at a red light. It doesn't turn off the motor, but it consumes less resources. The onRestart method is called when an activity is about to be displayed on the foreground after being stopped. And last, the onDestroy is called when the application is killed either by the user or by the operating system because it's low on resources. Now we can try this lifecycle directly in our activity. We are going to implement this callbacks method in the activity and put log messages inside them. So we implement the onStart method. Then the onResume method. Then the onPause method. The onStop method. The onRestart method is also implemented. And last, the onDestroy method. So now we can display the logcat view and launch the application to test how the lifecycle works. So we launch the application on the emulator and look at the logcat view. You are going to see the log messages to better understand the lifecycle in application. So you can see the onStart, then onResume calls, but the onCreate call is not there because I forget to put log message on the onCreate method. So now we launch the application for the second time and we remove the log. So look at the logcat view, you can see the onCreate, the onStart, and the onResume calls in that order. We pause the application, the onPause and the onStop method are called, and then the onRestart method is called when the application goes to the foreground, and the onResume after that. We hit the back button, and then the application is destroyed. So the onDestroy callback is called. Like you can see, the activity lifecycle is very simple to understand, but it's very important to master it to make great applications on Android. That's all for that tutorial. Don't hesitate to subscribe to the SORL Mobile Apps channel.